Scott Morrison has spoken to New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern about the Christchurch mosque terrorist serving his life sentence in Australia. There's a growing push across the Tasman to send the killer back to where he came from.
Their flag gripped tightly and their friends held even tighter. Survivors gather at Al Noor Mosque after learning the Australian who murdered their loved ones will die in jail.
He is from Australia and obviously, we think he should be sent back.
New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister agrees.
And the sound, reasonable, logical thing to do would be to ask Australia to step up.
Saying New Zealanders shouldn't have to pay to keep Brenton Tarrant behind bars.
50 million plus downstream in real terms of providing safety for this terrorist.
The Australian government is open to bringing the killer home.
First of all, I'd never speak his name, and he should never be out of any prison anywhere.
Scott Morrison has discussed the matter with New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern.
What we're most concerned about is ensuring that we listen carefully to the families of the victims.
We'll work very closely with New Zealand on any requests that they provide.
I think that this has taken things dramatically forward in the space of 24 hours.
There's currently no legal mechanism for this to occur. Australia doesn't have a prisoner transfer agreement with New Zealand. The Home Affairs Minister has asked for legal advice. New Zealand is yet to make a formal request, but if it does, it will be morally difficult for Australia to say no. Our government's tough stance on deporting convicted criminals has long caused friction.
Send back Kiwis, genuine Kiwis. Do not deport your people and your problems.
What happens next will depend on the wishes of grieving families. Fiona Willan, 9 News.
Running again. Oh. Terrorist Scott Morrison wants his gunman home to work with Lee Henderson. Bruce, what are you going on about there? Oh, well, I had to put something out there, but I tried to do this the other week, but just something been playing up on me. When I seen that Scott Morrison saying about a couple of weeks ago, seen this clip on the news, and then I tried to find it, and the computer was just wasn't letting me see anything of Scott Morrison, saying anything of him again. Because I just wanted to sort of have his picture on it. So there's a clip in the beginning of this of him with the cinder and blah, 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 blah. And that other guy, Winston Peters, he was the one man who voted in the Prime Minister last year. One man, Winston Peters, this MP should be out retired a long time ago. He looks like a Māori, but he has one eye closed all the time, and heck, he's sold out on his own people. Telling them no, don't want hongies and this and that. I don't know how anyone could ever vote. But we know how corrupt this world is, okay, guys? Okay, I've told you that about all the plays and this and that. So I actually know quite a bit about that Scott Morrison, because like how I said that I haven't always been down this road. And then look, over in Australia, what sent me on my mission was I was the only one out of 31 people who got off the $60 million dope plantation growing in Australia, okay? First time I ever prayed. And that's where all these things happened to me, and I've told you about them and this and that. And that's what started me off on my quest. So we'll go on a little bit at this Scott Morrison I'm saying about him. We'll come and work for Lee Henderson. So I was actually on bail in Australian jail, till 31 people, this one got out because he didn't have to be in anymore on bail. So when I was in jail, and I say about this Lee Henderson, he's a double life murderer in Australia, okay? He's like Scott Morrison's right hand. You send him in there, and you he's a double life murderer, so he's in jail and that. But they take him out, they take him to watch houses, go and talk to some criminal. They can't get information out of him, and they'll let this Lee Henderson talk and chat with the guy and all this and that, and try and get stuff out of him. And they'll shout him prostitutes afterwards, and the roast dinners and all this and that. And then he goes back to jail, and he gets moved around all different jails around Australia. Because well, when I was in there on bail, friggin' heck, it was so funny, this Lee Henderson. Like, I'm just new in there and that. And I think it was the first day. And I go in there, and I'm in this unit and that, and there's a bag there, so fucking knock out. I've been in watch house for about 14 days or more than that, because they extradited me from Darwin and brought me down to Townsville and this and that. But well, when I go into the jail there, I'm like, oh fuck, relief, because I've done over 14, 20 days or something like that in the watch house, where jails are, you know, fucking, I call it little heaven, so it's a lot cushier than just the watch houses. You don't really, you get baked beans, and, you know, you just get Salvation Army comes, gives you food. But when I got in jail, so there was this punch bag there, and I have a little punch on it, and within a minute this guy comes in, oh, what are you doing? And well, I respected, because you realise things of, you don't know whose the life is and this and that, so you respect, because just the way this Lee Henderson said to me, you guys come in here and you think you just own the place and this and that, and he's talking down to me like this, and there's about 3 others, new guys, standing there, and they're thinking that this guy's going to attack me next second. I'm just standing there, letting it all just go through, respecting what he's saying. I'm not fucking starting an argument back with him and that. And then so I walk away from there, more or less just let him say his piece, and then about 5 minutes later, my name comes over the mic. Push roads to the office, and so you go up to this little fishbowl, and then they wanted to say something to me, and where my room is or whatever, and then I just go walking away from there, and the guy who fucking just ranted with me and this and that, this Lee Henderson, he's fucking straight up to me again, but he's like whole different tune. He wants to be my best mate. Yes, he's heard my name on the intercom. Boom. He must have been already told by them. Oh, this roadie's going to come in here. We want you to, be his best buddy. And he gave me coffee, and he gave me this, and all this and that. Oh, I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't know who you were, and this and that. But I'll look after you in here. I more or less run this unit here. And he's sort of like the same height as me. He's not like a really big fella. Just like that fucking Brenton Town. And I'll tell you something else. What people don't know about the Brenton Town. You know that town where he's from, Grafton? That is the biggest academy place for police officers, okay? This whole thing has been staged. He got sent over here. That's Scott Morrison, a white supremacist. He sent his white supremacists over here to go and kill these 51 people. It was probably all swat, his big plan. You can't go from one mosque to another. And the way he did it and all this, he had fucking money and this and that. He sat quiet in court, this and that, changed his plea, this and that, because it just makes the system go faster. He wants to get back to his country. Just do it all like this, because I've been conducted myself by a different kind of these agents and this and that. So I know how things they do these plays, and so the biggest police academy is Grafton. And that's where that Brenton Town's from. It puts the whole picture together. He probably fucking trained out with those police officers there, fucking new type of stuff. Okay, we're not going to enlist you in this. We got another job for you. Because I met this guy in New Zealand who was training out to be the sniper police officer. But before he's telling this, we were out having a good time, and he pulled our line out, and we had a line on the toilet, and he's telling me all these things, and then he goes, oh, I got to go to the police academy now. So, they take on some pretty wired up guys, and then that Brenton Town, he would have been the one like, oh yeah, we got another job for you. And so they send him over here, the whole thing. That's why I'm saying, terrorist Scott Morrison, fucking white supremacist. I know him inside now because I know the ones who work for him. okay? Those agencies, that Lee Henderson, you guys look at it. And poor you little Muslim, poor, people say so dumb and blind and this and that. But he's not going to fucking do no hard out jail over there. He's fucking going to be looked after like Lee Henderson, double life murderer. Hey? And then when I got out of jail, then somebody told me, oh, that guy's got 50 grand on his head. That Lee Henderson. That went down. Who's going to be chasing him after that? No one. If he was left in New Zealand jail, I tell you what, he wouldn't. They knew that if he got onto mainstream, because some of these, because it was just totally disrespectful what he did. But my friends over there, we're not into fucking racism and that. So when white supremacists or any sort of racist person comes along, you sort of like get a bit hard done by over New Zealand jails. So they had to get him out. He's never appealed, this and that. The whole thing's just set up. And you know what it did? You know what it did? When you see all this lockdown now here in New Zealand, is it took all the guns off. It took all the guns off all the innocent people. Because I tell you what, I can go out tomorrow and buy M16. Yes, there's an underworld. It took the guns off the innocent people. And what are they trying to usher in? One religion? So who's the ones who are going to be fucking irate about this? Some of them in the end will be these fucking straighty 180s going, oh no, and they're fucking doing it. Look what Scott Morrison's doing to Melbourne. Fucking people going, freedom. They fucking can't even go to a coffee store and this and that. All these masks. You know what? I'll tell you this to you Muslims out there, because you guys are the ones who got shot, and you guys should know this. When you put that muffle on your face, hey, you men, you'll be women having that muzzle on your face, okay? And your government here, Scott Morrison over in Australia, got yours all muffled up. You are going to become women. You'll never be a man again. Nah. It's just the way this plays go. Yeah, because there's two ways it's going to go. And but death before dishonor, this one. Hey, hell yes. And that's why I'm just putting this out like this. I know I'm a little bit like behind the eight ball. I've just been having a few things happen in my life. I mean, just grounding and this and that. I mean, doing things and this and that. But so I just want to put this little rant out and just I could throw in some more aspects of to prove to you how much, but this is just my word saying it to you. So, how do you know anything about this Lee Henderson or this and that or blah blah? And fucking, they go around, they go buy them prostitutes after. They go and have roast dinners, and then they move to another little jail, and then they move to another little. They become informants. And in Australia, they've fucking got massive lines of registered informants. I had an agent, remember? I told you about this thing. I'm gonna let you in on a little bit more of that later, but that's how I learned how the corruption and out of everything I've done and things like that, and then you see people like Scott Morrison, terrorist Scott Morrison, as a government and all this and that. Hey, hypothetically, I went out with a prostitute before. The fucking one of the biggest Melbourne might have been Scott Morrison's best mate, used to pay a big money to shit on a piece of paper. I mean, I'm just showing you how their minds are and this and that. They're fucking... it's beyond it. Like, to think of it, to even say something like that, Bruce. Hey, but it's true. It's true. And, it's ASIO, NCA, National Crime and Threat, FBI, the federal police, all these organisations. I had a woman come up to me in Cairns, wanted me to look out for her because this ASIO guy, fucking her ex-boyfriend was going to come and knock her in there. He done things like, you know what, nuclear bombs? You know what, the government's behind that terrorist government. You know how you make a nuclear bomb? You need uranium. It's dug out of the earth. And you know what? Where a lot of it is in Australia. And a lot of that being sold. And yeah, illegally, hey, maybe King Jong-un made his bombs from terrorist Scott Morrison's. ASIO. So, yeah, I'm just throwing some more out there, you know? But hey, you know, I've got no reason, because I know from my time with one I've talked about before, and this is the way things are going in this world of this makeup. And when I told you about everybody, anybody, somebody, and nobody, in the end, nobody had a job to do. And I turn around, and there, I look at nobody, and I realise what it means by now. And when I looked at him, the telepathic thought was Jesus. But I'm looking at nobody because he had no face. He had his hoodie on like this, but he wasn't black like these shadows I see. He had all these glitters inside him. Most humblest man I've ever met. Fucking unbelievable. And he told me things, okay? And that's what I'm about, and this and that. And we put a plan together, and I'm still going because it's death before dishonour. Because I have fucking Jehovah knows this. And you know what? It was a federal police officer from Western Australia who planted that seed in from Jehovah about Abel and Cain, eh? And I busted him smashing his missus. You know, that's that video, Abel and Cain. So, yeah, okay. So this is my proof, and well, no, it's just why would I come out here and blood it? And we'll just see how this goes anyway, because they might even just take you offline. What you say to? Because Scott Morrison to us. Love you, Scotty. I'll be seeing you later. Or the other part of you. Just a little bit of sarcastics there, because frickin' I found out what the eyes of the 13th angel are about, okay? Love you all. Peace and harmony. Because I know of forgiveness. Just like John Key. Killing over 100 people over here in New Zealand when he brought out synthetic cannabis. Hey, if he could publicly say sorry about it, or this and that, I won't push things. But, you know, like, hey, nobody really want to take on for the actions. Then they don't, because I know how much, I know other corruption in Australia. It's friggin', they create it. They create it. I know for a fact they create it. And, so it's always a play. They sent him over here, took all the guns away from the innocent people, this and that. And when I show you one of my clips, 20,000. It's the only video I've ever had. It was when the mosque shooting was happening. 22,000 views. And what happened that day? Facebook and all this thing. But how did I get so many views that day? Because fucking they were probably having bets on how many were going to fucking die from it, you know? Friggin', hey, what's that jealous God, you know? And you know, he wants his one race, you know, one race. This is jealous God. He wants a one race, and terrorist Scott Morrison, he's part of it, and all their little shebangles and this and that. I've fucking seen them at Melbourne, and Muslim brothers up there, you guys are getting really like, but hey, but see, because I'm not here to judge and this and that. You gotta let some things play out and this and that. And that's how come I sort of like being. So I keep looking around to see if my phone's going off. But love you all, peace and harmony, and we'll get back to you.